Peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. Salute, salute, salute. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Class has to get in right now. Oh, yeah. Got to get class in session right now. Right now. Before my brain starts to get scattered. Before I have to figure out what I'm going to cook for dinner. All that. Listen. As y'all come on in. Classroom assistants. Classroom assistants. Please make sure that green screen link is in the chat for the duration of the chat. We got a new classroom assistant up in the spotty spot. Got the wrench. Yeah. Not charging dudes $1,000 for a wrench like these other YouTube spaces. Very, 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 very European type. Okay? Again, bleeding resources from people who have limited resources. So yeah, it's going to be some shifts. It's going to be some changes because I need new energy. New energy. We have to begin to expand our class, our family, our tribe. Do you understand that? Yes. Yes. So, as I have you very early in this bill, if you have an anger management issue or believe that you have an anger management issue, please book an assessment. Reach out to me via any way you see fit. Book yourself an assessment. Find out what your triggers are. Find out if you have an anger management issue. We all do know that anger can kill you. So let's check it out, man. Well, look. Some say I look like Denzel Washington. In the dark. When you squint your eye. Ooh, yeah. 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 That's because I learned to manage my anger. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So book you an assessment. Okay? Book you an assessment. Salute for the green screen. Blue. Yeah. Much appreciated, Tiara. And if you or anyone you know, loved one, acquaintance, spouse, employer, employee, may be going through a domestic violence situation, reach out. I do couples as well. You understand? Let's get it popping. Because your enemies do it. Yeah, them Euros got, man, they mental health practitioner part of the family, come to dinner and all that. How you think they're able to stay in a space where they can devise the evil policies to keep us oppressed? Yeah, they get help. So who are we not to figure out the inner turmoil and where it comes from and how we should respond to it? So book your assessments. Yes. And with that being said, let the rest of your classmates know that we are here. First of all, let me get this chick off of off of the screen real quick. Let me go to my page, man, because I'm on this. I got the MacBook on YouTube, and I had it on the Tasha K thing. Let me go to my damn page. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to my channel since we here and stuff. All right, since we here, let me go to my page and stuff. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's a better look. That's a better look. All right, get rid of them people and stuff. Okay. As I've spoken on many occasions, as I've wrote, right? For those who don't know it, this is my memoir of my time behind the walls. People have been fascinated. People have been fascinated with life behind bars, with criminality, with those iconic individuals and groups who live outside of ordinary citizens, law-abiding citizens. These individuals, this fascinates people, and especially people who are oppressed, right? Our people, other ethnic people, because these people seem to be going against the grain, seem to be going against the system, seems to be winning, right? Seems to always be able to enjoy life, to always have money, to always be in a position to where they don't have to worry about a clock time. You understand? People get fascinated with that. They believe that is something to be celebrated. You understand? I, for one, don't get it. Haven't come from that. Lovely lady, yes, you do. Yes, you do. I always make everything plain and clear, right? When we come to language, when it comes to understanding, when it comes to articulating a point, when it comes to educating each other, it doesn't have to be complex. That's just a way to confuse people, right? Like, what is that? Is it a book? Better yet, what is that? When people write letters, some people say, well, we'll write a letter, right? Then I had one comrade who always say, did you get the missive I sent you? Like, you sent me a letter. Missive? You wrote me a letter. Say it. Did you get the letter? You understand? Okay, sometimes it's fun to elevate your vocabulary, have a whole bunch of different words and, okay. Does it mean the same thing? Huh? Don't step in the dog shit. Excuse me, don't, put your foot in the feces from that animal. The canine defecated. Please watch your step. Don't step in the dog shit, dummy. What are we doing here? So, of course, make it simple and plain. Because I don't have time for games. I don't have time for that. We're here to educate each other. We're here to unwrap each other's potential to be greater. Okay? So in the book, which is this memoir, I wanted to show people how different individuals speak behind the walls in real time. So I wrote that memoir when I went down. I was already sentenced. I won an appeal and went back down to Rikers Island. So from that point till I got back upstate till 9/11, when I went to the parole board, that is where this memoir was written, and in that time frame. And I wanted to show how people behind there speak to each other, right? That there were some very strong, articulate brothers and men, right, who weren't into what is known as the prison existence, the jail life. That we have different conversations, that there are layers and levels to it. So I put it down, boom. As soon as I touched down, 2004, self-published it out the back of the trunk. 6,000 copies. Easy. Light work. Because I had some very good people helping me get into what the independent literary space was at the time. Shannon Holmes, good, solid brother of mine. The author of Be More Careful. Man, walked me through everything. Told me which book distributors to deal with, to not to deal with. Showed me how to get the books printed at cost. Right? And then I found my own printer and put him on to that printer. Beautiful brother, man. Anytime you in the bind, man, this dude come out, he'll give you his last. So I met him, my man Travis Hunter out of Atlanta. Another solid independent author, instrumental in a lot when it comes to work with youth out there in Georgia where he is. In the prison, juveniles, program, camps, funding, independent, do his thing on his own. See, no bread from euros, you know? So I met them and seen all the other fiction writers, you know, of that time who now y'all see got these little TV deals and streaming deals. They custies. A few of them I would have ran right up in their mouth if it wasn't for the fact that Shannon was like, nah, let them live, man. Disgusting, ugly people. People were stealing people's work, you know, because they were already established and giving people book contracts, all type of just a mess, you know, nigga shit, doing what niggas do, you know. So I pinned that, got right out there, and what happens? Technology. They started with the damn, what you call them? The tablets. Not even the tablets. At that time, they was going straight to, damn, the little pads. Wasn't calling them iPads, man, because it wasn't Apple yet. But anyway, it messed up the independent circuit of authors and all that. Kindles. Thank you, Mecca. And we didn't jump on it. It was like, nah, people not gonna rock with that technology because people want physical books. And all of a sudden, all the book fairs started drying up. All of a sudden, all the independent book retailers, you can't find an independent book retailer in the city. It just swallowed them up. Everybody was on the Kindles. Everybody was on the Kindles after a while. And a lot of the independent authors suffered because they didn't jump on it quick enough. And just like Euros do, Euro dominated that technology and how it's serviced. But now it's different. Now people getting back into the physical copies and all that. But long story short, I wrote that, ran around for a minute, was doing a personal training, doing a lot of little stuff, and then I got into the anti-gun violence work, which, was the catalyst behind me really, really being engaged in and figuring out exactly what's going on with our people and how I could be most effective. Then when I got into anger management, domestic violence, going through and just getting trained and working with all a bunch of different people with these letters behind their names and didn't know shit about our people. But jail always was a space where I really think people needed clarity on, because people just don't get it, and they don't get the mentality of a majority of people that go back and forth, in and out. So I wrote the other book, the All-American Justice System Handbook. Handcuffs, shower shoes, and visits. And from A to Z, I gave it up. Everything about the system, about the mentality one has before they walk out the door, to the time they have police contact and they approach, to the arrest, to the precinct, right? To central booking, to arraignment judge, everything, right? To the time you get to the county, what to eat, what not to eat, how to get on the phone, law library, everything, how to work out, to trial, to either going home or blowing trial, to your trip up top, to get up north, state shop, to everything, how to work out up north, what to look for, the rainbow clicks and all that, the fiends, the custodies, how to handle a visit, everything from A to Z. Going to parole board, mock parole boards that you do with each other, everything, I gave it up. From the time you leave your door to the time you get home after that journey, for whatever reason, gave it up. And I said, man, if enough people read this book, All-American Justice System Handbook, if enough people read this book, man, we'll put a dent in that prison population. I said, damn, because if I could put a dent in the prison population, then that's a dent in the finances and the resources that they get from it. Man, I'm killing them. And if I could prevent them from going to prison, and in that space grab enough of them to educate and believe in them and tell them that they're soldiers, ooh, boy, I can move, man. We moving now. Killing 2 and 3 birds with one stone. Skip that. I'll take that stone, skip it, kill them birds. Dang, I'm doing it. We doing it. Because I'm keeping them out of jail and transitioning that criminal mindset to a rebel mind, militant mindset. And then we can nurture our family. So I said, yeah, I got it. Wrote it, boom, put it out there. But continue to do the work. Because for me, the work is always more important. For people to see you, to feel you, to watch you. That's the important piece. So when I start seeing a lot of this jail stuff, podcasts, YouTube pages, specifically about jail shit, prison wars, war stories, clown shit, I'm like, wow. People really like this. They still have an interest in this. In this poison. That's what it is. People really got an interest in this shit. Which brings me to what I've been seeing over the past couple of weeks and up until yesterday and the day before. Well, somebody on IG did send me a very graphic video, right? Just got the book, getting to the root of it all. Thank you, much appreciated. I did see a very, 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 very graphic video of this young man getting tore up. I mean, they tore him up. Ran up in the cell, ate him. His cellie scared, ran out, and I mean, they gave him the business and drug him down the tin. He was leaking. I'm not sure if he survived. Graphic. And I'm watching. I'm like, damn. Can't imagine what he did. But whatever he did, he wasn't in that militant state that he needed to be in to survive that. And can't take no points off him because many people don't know how to respond in that situation. The whole thing about being incarcerated, it's a very, very, very different mentality. Many, no matter how macho, how mature, how street they are, never know how they're going to respond in those conditions where the majority of the population is on that type of time. And then you have some who are criminally insane and have been living that a good percentage of their life. How does one navigate that space? Because not only are your peers on that type of time, but those who are in charge of your body, the administration, the prison guards, the COs, on that type of time as well. And they, too, can be those who prey upon you, or can be your victim where you prey upon them. It's just a very, very, very evil environment. So, the King Von video is sent to me. And as I'm watching it and listening, my first thought is always, why are we still speaking about this young man who lost his life to this shit? That's first. Anytime we have these moments, anytime, salute. So thank you for the purchase. And again, I'm going to let y'all know, whenever y'all purchase these things, whether it's the All-American Justice System Handbook or my memoir, Thug Love Superman, I don't see anything from it. So, okay, be mindful of it. You're reading it. I put it out there for that purpose, to educate, for people to have questions and answers, and this exchange of what's grown with it. I've never seen a nickel from none of these things. Simple as that. If you ain't selling 10, 20, 30,000 on that, you don't get no shit. No. So it's not for that purpose. All right? Okay? So now, I'm asking myself again, as I always do, why are we speaking ill of these deceased people? especially when it's not from a point of a teachable moment. The video itself, how it was leaked and why it was leaked, is suspicious. It's sus to me. But I want to be perfectly clear and honest, because it's a lot that's coming out of the shot this week. Like social media is very, very tactful, strategic even in how they do things and go from region to region and jump to keep the confusion going, to keep misdirection. You understand? When we should be talking about this little lion-ass black girl, we've been shifted to the King Von video. I want people to understand that what you're watching with this King Von video happens in almost any county jail in the country on a regular basis. And you will be surprised by who makes those very same claims. It's a common practice. Common. I've seen Bloods do it. I've seen Crips do it. I've seen Latin Kings, and that I've seen everybody do it for various reasons. Trying to get into PC, trying to get into protective custody. Okay? I've witnessed it myself. My people who you know or you believe, that's not about that life. I've seen people make an attempt to get at people in there who were hiding in PC. Yeah. I've seen it. Am I saying that's what he done? I don't know the young man. I don't know the young man. Am I saying that that's what he done in a video where he was trying to get at somebody in PC? I wouldn't dare say that. I've also seen it done by individuals who were clearly outnumbered and outgunned as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As I spoke in class many a times, when I came down on my appeal, as what many people were doing at that time, when you come from upstate, you come back to Rikers Island, you're in C95. Wasn't a pleasant space to be in for melanated people. Just wasn't. The numbers in C95 was at any given time 10-1. Always been a predominantly Latino building because it's a methadone clinic in there. And those people, the majority of those people at that time who mess with that guy, who mess with that diesel, who sniff or who skin pop, always need that meth, so they always was in that building. So they was always deep in that building. Wasn't a pleasant space. Especially within them years where there was a lot of ill politics and confusion in the black gang, specifically the Bloods, when they opened the books and was getting people up out of there. You ain't here, you ain't there, you ain't there. Whoa! We're talking about 98, 99, 2000. So with all that going on, people may find themselves like I found myself. Sometime I would be in a housing unit of 31 cells. I'm the only brother in the space. 30 Latinos. But knowing who I am and how I handle myself, I was fine. Because you ain't no threat to me. Not because I get busy, but because you're not my enemy. Because I know that my elders, that the people who I learned from, the people who raised me up, right, to follow BLA, to follow the teachings of BGF, to follow, right, Republic New Africa, to follow the power empowerment movement, that we ain't enemies, because I know your history. I know the Lolita LeBrons, the Corderos. I know that. The Brown Berets, right? So I know your history. So we can never have racial beef. So I treat you as such. When you know a person's history better than they do, they have to humble themselves in your presence. Because our main enemy is the administration, those who have us in bondage. So I would be fine in them spots. And when the brothers who were in different organizations come through looking scary, looking shook, tell them relax. We fine in here. We good. So I've been in them spaces and in them spots, and I've seen people for various reasons try to get to PC. I've witnessed it. So when I'm watching the video, I'm like, I know how them youngins get down. I know them youngins don't take chances. If they outnumbered, they outgunned, they getting the hell up out of there. I know that. I know people have done that as a strategy. Or if somebody did something to them and they're in PC, they try to get there. So I wasn't really pressed to give statement to it, because again, I don't know him. I don't know the politics out there. I don't know how he was moving in there. I just know it went viral and everyone had an opinion on it. So knowing what I know, I'm like, hey, it is what it is. Okay? Hashem, salute for the green screen. I know what it is. I just shrug my shoulders to it. Because that, to me, from what I'm witnessing, wasn't sus. I've seen people fake suicide attempts to get into PC, and then fake suicide attempts to get out. I've seen a lot of weird shit in there. There's a lot of weirdness that go on in there that people on the outside, that people who've never been in there, that people who always been on the straight and narrow couldn't even fathom. They couldn't fathom doing it. They don't understand it. Okay? But when I saw the other video of the other young man, the Lil Jay, nah. Because I've witnessed that type of life too. And I'm like, hold up. That's not sus behavior. That's somebody who's identifying with their peoples. Yeah. Totally different from somebody making a claim than someone manifesting their beliefs. Hold up. I said to myself as I watched and watched again, man, what kind of foolishness is this here? And immediately going back to many different scenarios, time and time again, as I've seen outward expressions of man and man love, within the confines of being in a correctional facility and being in a jail and being in a county. Man, a lot of bromances going on. Oh yeah. That video is not sus. That video is identifying and letting everybody know that he's identifying. Now, people going to question, as I've seen in the comments under a lot of those videos, right? How did this video get out? Why did it get out? Who shot this video? All institutions where people are charged with a crime, everything is recorded and has been for some time now. So y'all know how they got the video. The Illinois Department of Corrections, or whatever they want to call it, Cook County, wherever he at, released that. Somebody released that. Okay? Somebody released it. That is why when they have people who end up transitioning, who end up dying in there, and there's no video, people are scratching their heads like, hold on, what do you mean? Because you're always watched. We have a few blind spots here and there, and we'll get to that later, because people want to know why he is moving in that manner. In what manner, you ask? Well, first I see a walk up, then I see idle chit chatter, then I see the individual bow down for an affectionate kiss of some sort. Whoa! Not hitting in the center of their living area where every cell can see. So everybody in there know what's going on. Just like in Rikers Island, just like up north, there's no hiding. Ain't no hiding who you are in prison. Matter of fact, when you are in jail, you are under a microscope all the time. So you have to be who you say you are. If you are a killer, you got to be a killer. If you are pious and highly religious, you have to be that. If you are a banger, you got to bang. If you're a custy, you gotta be a custy. If you're a rat, you gotta keep being a rat. This is a microscope. This is where who you are is manifested. If you a dirty, dusty ass dude, you're gonna be a dirty, dusty ass dude. If you're a lawyer, jailhouse lawyer, you're gonna be a lawyer. You're going to be who you say you are in there. Because you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. Because there's nothing else. You're sitting there. You're right there. Your inner desires, your beliefs come to fruition because you're there all day, every day, hour after hour, week after week, month after month, year after year. Everybody sees you. Which is why I keep telling you, in a decade, in there, no one has ever had anything disparaging to ever say about my character. From the mountains to the island to wherever. This is who I am. The same caretaker, the same individual to help people, the same one who's ready at any given time to give it to the administration. Full blast. All the time. We don't talk to them. Ain't no words with them. Anything you need in there, you come to us. we should have everything anybody needs. You don't speak to them for nothing. That's just who the kid is. So as I'm watching this affectionate kiss, I'm saying, damn, well, what's going on? What's next? And then you see other people come out into the common area, walking around, looking and seeing and just ignoring it, which means that it has been going on. It's been going on because they ignore it, man. And even walk up on it. I'm like, hold up. And then the pain walking through, and then this person sits down on this man and kind of adjusted his gripper in the right spot. Now I'm like, just hold up. Because even the administration has laws and rules against this, especially out in the open like that. Nah, you get written up and go right to the box for any of that. Box, the bank, wherever. You can't display none of that. However, they must don't care. They don't care. Hey, so now, as he adjusted his little gripper on this man's lap, not knowing what for, why, or how, there's no excuse, but that's there. Sat there for a good little minute. I'm like, wow. This is like a puffy party. That's what we watching. Whoa. But again, the video is out for our witness, for our consumption. And you say, damn, what happened? Why? Why do the powers that be want us to know that this type of behavior is going on with this individual who was active at some point in the shop? At the same time, we just witnessed another iconic person have a video put. What is that? Who was the target in that? Now, it could be two ways, because we definitely can't disrespect King Von. He's not here. Nobody gets any points for that. Is it to disrespect the youth, the whole drill scene out there, these kids that's running around out there? What is the purpose behind it? That's what we have to use as the teachable moment. This is the dialogue that we have to have. Not only with us, but with those kids. But as I title this, that type of behavior doesn't start behind the wall. That type of behavior starts in the street. Yeah. Get the myth out of your head that you go to jail and turn rainbow. Nah, man. Shit don't work like that. Don't work like that. You was rainbow before you went in there. There were tendencies, experiences, thoughts. That space doesn't do that. That's a false narrative. That's a fake belief. I'm telling you. There are people who have been in there 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years, and that thought never came to mind. And for the record, what a lot of people don't know or don't discuss, there's plenty of female vagina in them walls, and they be itching to get you some. You get a little taste. It may take you 6 years, it may take you, but every county jail, every correctional facility, every federal prison don't care where you at. They got some female that give somebody a shot of that tail. Trust and believe that. If you rat hard up and you get the opportunity, somebody put their ass on the gate. Trust and believe, especially in them county jails. Yeah. They'll give you a shot of ass. I done seen it. Witnessed it. Been offered it. Yeah, they'll give you a shot. So I don't care what you think or believe or have an idea of what your situation could be. Oh, I ain't never coming home. All that shit is bullshit. You was fruity before you went through. You was doing it in the street. That's what a lot of people need to realize. And even though that video came out, don't think if that dude come home tomorrow, he won't have a broad or two in the shot that's ready to ride with him. No, that ain't nothing. Because we get real dismissive over dumb shit. Let a lot of that shit ride. But yeah, it's a severe... Listen, in the New York State Department of Corrections, I can tell you offhand, I know 10 inmates that have gotten married to civilian or police. Civilians or CO workers, that shit runs rampant. I've seen COs quit their jobs and go after the inmate went to the box and been transferred to another jail, quit their job, go and visit and take care of the dude. Numerous times. I've seen so many female COs or civilians put their ass on the gate in classrooms or behind books or all type of in cells, in bubbles, in secure locations. Man, please. Dudes will get a shot of vagina behind bars. Talking to somebody who witnessed it on a regular. So, ain't nobody never that hard up. So that's not an excuse. He is identifying. And maybe by him identifying in that current situation, and for whatever crazy, sadistic reason that his jailers put that out, it's going to benefit them in some way. Some way they're going to benefit from that information. Maybe he may come home and do an album. Trust me, gotta watch it. We don't know. But we do know that is not sus. That is an actual fact. Yeah, Jay, yeah. We seen it. We seen him on the other platform where they pressed him on it. Man, there's rumors that you like them boys, man. Like you like putting your nose around grippers. What do you say, sir? No, who said that? No, that ain't me. No, who said that? No, they say you want some gangsta-licious stuff, sir. What do you got to say? No. Listen. However, again, I'm telling you, they are in the streets wilding. They in the street doing it. And I don't want you to now stereotype and get an image of people who are behind walls and all this little weird little bits and pieces that they throw out. And then when your people come home, they don't tell you shit. I don't want to talk about that type of shit. Man, I'm home now. I don't want to. And fail to educate our children in what it's really like and what happens. right? I don't talk about no, because our people need to know so they'll stay their ass out of the street. And it's not only the street, so they stop doing dumb shit. I've seen people in corporate America catch cases. So we're gonna stop with the narrative, with the storyline that only street people go to jail. No. You got a whole bunch of people that go to jail. Okay? So we have to speak to it. We have to be truthful. I always say it. Truth. The truth about situations, existences, purposes. The truth is what will free our people, because you can expound, you can look, you can think, you can analyze, say, hold on, okay, nah, there has to be a better way. But these dudes is doing it in the street. And our people always suffer from copycat shit, because our people ain't criminals. We're not. We adopted that. You adopted that. You find me a book. Since everybody's a scholar, since everybody can speak Egyptology and all type, you find me a book where we had to deal with crime in our upbringing. I mean, criminality. When we deal with that, I never read a Chinua Achebe book where he spoke about the depravity of the shit that we doing now. That's not in our moral fiber. That's an adopted behavior. And they adopted it from falling in line with stories of the Wild Wild West, Billy the Kid, and the Italian Mafia, and all this other weird shit that our people say, yeah, they bad. And then you bring in your own and make them iconic and idolize that street shit. And yo, not knowing that there's a lot of identifying cowboys, as you've seen in Brokeback Mountain. Yeah. So you don't know what was Billy the Kid's real issue. What was Jesse James' real issue? Y'all better do the research. I did. You don't know what the Italian Mafia really was about. I've never been one to want to continuously be around a bunch of men in clubhouses, all men. The women stay home. The kids are not around, just us men. A lot of bromancing in that. Y'all better do your research and see who some of these figures were. Whispers of who? A lot of them. But y'all name yourselves and rap dudes, yeah, Lucky Luciano, this one and that one. You. A lot of them were rats and a lot of them were sus. They don't tell you that part. But when you research and dig, you'll see. J. J. Edgar Hoover. We already know what type of time he was on. See, so that's not our people. Our people are not that. Our people are not criminals. I keep telling you that. But when you embrace the lifestyle, the behavior, the language, the ideals, you get caught up. You get caught up in this shit. And you want to know about it. I'm telling you. It's not fun at all. It's not fun. Did I do it? Of course. Did I do it with the best of them? Of course. Because the conditions that I grew up in, the figures who I idolized, who taught me, who educated me on that lifestyle, I've never seen individuals anywhere in my life that measured up to them. So in a way, I was prepped for it without even knowing it. Had never had a fear of what it was as an adolescent. Never. Because I knew how I was built. And that is the fear that you really supposed to have when speaking to your children. You don't want them to believe that that is them. Because it is an ignorance that'll allow you to be stupid. It's the only thing the street does. Give you just enough courage to be ignorant and waste your life. Trust and believe, I was around the most ignorant. Schooled me well. And with all my intelligence and candor, was nothing but somebody who prayed and didn't pray on the weak, prayed on those who thought they were strong. And that makes your mind even more sadistic. It takes you to a different place. Because you like, if they think he is all that, and he's begging me for his life, ooh, damn, I must be something terrible. As I was speaking to my day one, my homie this morning, you know, while we was talking our talk, and I had to, you know, I usually don't throw it out there, but I had to. I said, man, we going back and forth about these viral clips and these little videos and things we seeing. And I said, damn, man, I seen that Ayo video and I'm watching it. And he talking about, yeah, E-Money Man was the boogeyman. I was like, what? And I just, that shit just tickled me. I was like, damn, they thought he was the boogeyman for like that? And I'm like, I had to tell him, I said, yo, son, man, a lot of that shit he was doing was shit that was coming from me. My cousin, my little cousin was his right-hand man. They was doing shit I was telling them to do. The things I was living on a regular basis. Like, y'all thought he was the boogeyman. Damn, if I was that type of individual that wanted to be seen, that wanted my name out, that wanted to be running around like that, shit, y'all thought that shit he was doing? That was light work. Shit, East New York, we had 10 E-Money bags running around at any given day. Shit, sometime in one click. Y'all thought he was a boogie. Shit. Really? Wow. Wow. Ignorant, I'm telling you. Really, really calculated and heartless in them streets. And even more so behind bars. Wasn't playing with anything or anybody. But that situation, when you are comfortable in that, you have to be able to come back from it. A lot of people don't come back from that. A lot of people, they don't. And that is what people deem as institutionalized. That's what people, you know, you just can't get out of that pocket. And you end up meeting your demise like that. Like, it's no riding off to the sunset with that mentality and that behavior. Nah. You either going to become a custody and meet your demise like that, or one of these little dudes going to rock you. Or you're going to get rocked by just life and the situation. You know, you have to be able to transition. You have to be able to come up out of that. Because that is not us. When you're a universal being of truth, you do not get trapped into this little small fragment life or lifestyles that your enslavers created. You just can't, you're not going to win because we have a potential to be greater. When you get stuck in that story, when you get stuck in the story of, I was in the street, I was in jail, that's who I am. When you stuck in that, you limit yourself. That's just who you are. That's it. A street nigga. That's it. That's it. Really? Really? That's who you are? So what if Malcolm X would have just been that street nigga? That's it. That would have been him. That's it. We'd have never had a generation to be conscious after that. What if Fidel Castro would have been that jail nigga street? Because, yeah, Fidel was a jail nigga. And if he would have stayed stuck in that, that's just who he would have been. Understand that. That if you stuck in the space, that little time frame, if you believe that's all you are and that's all you can be, man, what a waste. So now we have these children who believe that, who are stuck in that. Because nobody nurtured them. Nobody nurtured their mind. Nobody expressed to them that they are more than just what they see right here. So they become King Bonds. They become these Lil Jays. They become little dumbass dude that's in the Bronx that keep catching gun charges. They become these dudes. And now, because you're stuck right there and the Euro can make money off you, they can feed their generations off you, they take you from that existence, place you in an institution where the vibration, where your vocal, where your energy, where that vibration can poison a lot of people, but they give you trinkets to do it. Oh, what a waste. So we have to question, why are these videos coming out of the shop? What kind of vibration is that going to cause in the streets? Who is going to be the one to say, that ain't us, and try to outdo everybody else? Who are the ones who are going to say, yeah, we rocking with that. We like that. And let them be the aggressor and move. There's always a method to the madness of our enslavers. These videos, these things just don't go viral. Again, I tell you, I've been doing this a long time. Y'all ain't seen me go viral yet with nothing. Been on with the same amount of intelligence with all of them. Dialogue with Charleston White. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see him all over. Why? Think. Boyce Watkins Network. Lioness Crown. Everywhere. I've been all over this shit. Infominds. All over this shit. Craze. All of them. Anybody. And not a viral moment. Because I can't be used to further the agenda where our people going to be poisoned. No. So why are these videos going viral? Why? And only with us. I can walk out in the white communities. I can go to the Asian communities. I can go to the predominantly Latin communities tomorrow and go live, and they will not know who these people are. And you can't say, oh, they ain't up, they don't know, because they'll tell you who 50 is, they'll tell you who Snoop is, they'll tell you who they know. Why? Why are we speaking on a young man who lost his life before he was, man, 30, 25, what? About a common practice in jail. Them adolescents do all type of shit. They got a whole different way of jailing. You don't know what you're watching. You don't know. You don't know what he was doing at that time. But we do know that this other one, we know that because there's witness there. People right there in the housing unit. They know that. They see that. Oh, yeah, he kissed and sat on the lap. Oh, he's identifying. That's an absolute fact. So there's simultaneous truth in the layers of both of these videos. But the question is, why does somebody want you to believe a certain way? And then the answer is to be a free thinker and say, well, what? Why the fuck do I even care at this point? How does watching that video move me to a space of liberation? Because in it, you're not focused on your jailers. You're not focused on the state. You're not focused on the government who is oppressing them. You're not focused on that. And saying, well, how the hell did they get there? And then through your mental, say, damn, yeah, how did these young men, very young in their life, get to a space where they believed that they were killers and murderers and then rappers and then utilized that to get in those positions? Not focusing on what you should be focusing on. They have 3 or 4 generations behind us that have been criminalized, that believe that's who they are deep down inside. They're nothing more than street criminals, urchins, and hustlers. That's what you have to understand, that they are now at this latest generation believing that they should identify as such. That is no big deal. You've seen the NBA player? That was jail shit. He humping on his man on a bed, simulating humping on a bed. An NBA player? What's funny about that? That's where this generation is at. They don't identify as black or melanated. They don't identify as being a man. Nah. We don't believe in those things of the past. We are who we are. So if they want to wear a dress, because Young Thug had on a dress, then that's who it's going to be. And I got a ghost gun, so I could wear my dress, put my ghost gun in my panties, and whoever has anything to say, I can spray up the whole block. Why is this shit going viral? Who is pushing the buttons on it? That's your lesson. That's why you come to class. I mean, why else do you come to class? If we're not here to educate each other, right? Why else are you on YouTube if you're not getting fed, right? Food. 12 jewels, right? So, again, Chi-Town, just like I gave it up to Michigan. Michigan has a problem. Chi-Town, y'all got a problem, man. Y'all got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. All right? Y'all not criminals. You're not criminals. Fred Hampton told you that. His son told you that. Okay? everything does matter, though, Jamal. Don't let that little segment, don't let that little idea fester. Everything matters. Everything is purposeful. People coming here is purposeful. Me sitting here is purposeful. I had an intent today to come through and speak on. I had an intent to speak on these videos. Because nobody should be comfortable in watching that shit. Nobody should be comfortable in going outside their door and listening to the language that our children speak to each other. And nothing and no one should ever be in a space where we accept the titles and the positions that our enslavers put on us. Nigger, lazy, shiftless, dumb. That is what they called us. When you accept it, the problem is yours. The real problem is, though, a lot of us are woke. And they cannot monopolize. They cannot pull your resource from you when you're woke. Can't do it. It's impossible. Once you tell somebody he's a God and he believes it, once you tell somebody she's earth and she believes it, there is absolutely nothing you can do. You dig? So all my classroom assistants, I thank y'all for holding it down. Oh yeah, I thank y'all for holding it down. Thank y'all for coming through early. Yeah, we might be back. We might have a late night class, so be mindful of it. If you're not getting notifications, subscribe and unsubscribe again. Man, you should be getting the emails if you don't get the notifications. We're going to see what we do about it, what we can do about it. But I love my people. Make no bones about it. Don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. You are not a criminal. You should never lower yourself to that degree. You should never be satisfied with trinkets. I think I'm gonna have to do a build on Floyd, dumbass. Michigan, y'all taking a damn, that's the third L Michigan took. DDG, you goddamn police commissioner, and now Floyd illiterate ass. Still parading around like we don't know. He got paid to go to Africa. You acting like they call for you and they love you. You got a bag to go out there, and I know, because I got the dudes on my Facebook in Zimbabwe. I know. They ain't show you no love out. You went and you got paid. That's a goddamn appearance fee. And you acting like that. I might have to do that. I might just leave his dumb ass alone, because he ain't worth it. But he show another stupid ass video trying to dehumanize people as if passporting around the world can't be done. See, I know sanitation workers that done got they 3 or 4 passports. I know retirees have been around the world. Like, that's some ignorant shit. Anyway, listen, I love my people. Salute. Remain militant. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. Okay? Fill it up with poison and bullshit. Guard your mind.